Fantastic. Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to Rocket League, and also welcome to Season 4. Up until now, the videos you've been watching, apart from Episode 2, where I did a quick special, have been Season 3, and then Season 4 came out, and I thought, ooh, we've got a new game mode, let's do a quick video and slot it in Episode 2, which we've done, and now we're in proper Season 4, which is good news, because we've got really, a new game mode and other things to try. However, there's also some bad news. In that, as you can see here, after only 4 matches of ranked games, I'm now unranked again. I obviously either wasn't high enough to be transferred over to a new rank, or they're forcing everybody to re-rank. To be honest, I'm not quite sure which one it is. So this is going to be the first of 10 games to get ranked in the new Season 4, and then we'll go on with some ranked games, and hopefully they'll be good. So a little bit going backwards, starting again, sort of. It'd be interesting, actually, because think of the past videos that we've had. What is it, the past 8 or 9 videos? Think of them as a warm-up. And here we go into Season 4. So just before we start the game, today we are supporting the Policeman's Topper to denote the important service which they provide our community. Here in the UK, today on the day that we're recording, we are feeling a lot of pain with a lot of things, and we are thankful for the services that our police give us. So that is the reason why we're wearing that today. So let's crack on with a good old match. Over to me. Well, thank you very much, me. Here we are in this 3v3 competitive solo with our rankingness. And it's a 5-minute game, and we are off. Everybody dives in for the kickoff, and it splits over to the orange side. Hellish already getting a little bit crashed and battered into, holding that goalie position, wondering where his teammates are. And the ball chips and goes over the top of his head. Oh, that completely foxed him. Well, if we can see the replay here, Hellish was wondering who's going to be helping out on this wing. One of his teammates zooms across, and it's just not enough. The ball gets put across and into the goal. An early goal for the blue team. Well, the first of 10 ranked games, we've got to hope that Hellish actually does quite well out of some of these. Now coming into a rather dangerous position where the ball was just sitting there, but a good hit here, we'll see a goal, and it is! It is! He saw his opportunity. That was a good shot by Hellish here. A little bit hesitant to begin with, and a lovely angle right into the bottom corner. The goalie couldn't really do anything. A couple of people in the game are complaining about lag, but we're not seeing any lag here today as Hellish completely misses the kickoff. Sometimes he attempts the twists on the kickoff and it doesn't really do him much good. He's in goal, keeping an eye on the game. Very often we can see Hellish's backside pushed up against that far post these days. Certainly seems to be a tactic which he is akin to. Only really do we see him pushing out really hard if he's a couple of goals ahead. But now the ball bobbling around the midfield, largely being controlled by the blue team. But it does trickle forward and he's up in the air in the corner. The 2 of the orange players are there to try and do something about it. All 3 blues are right on top of it. Oh, and a massive knock by the oranges and blues all in the corner as we see the ball hurtle towards the goals. Blue players all miss it. This is going to be a good opportunity for Hellish. Oh, it is well defended there by a member of the blue team. And a really good knock by the blues. Is this going to be nicely defended? It is pushed forward by the orange team. Bobbling around in the corners and smashing his own player. Well, we don't really like to see that, do we? Well, Hellish certainly doesn't, as he knocks the ball out of the way of the goal mouth. A nice simple little push there. I don't think he even used any boosts, and this is roughly coming towards the goal. Counted as a save, so Hellish will get some extra points there. And again, the blues pushing on. Really, all 3 of them very tight there. Hellish attempting to jump for the ball, and of course there's nobody to cover him in goal. It's another goal for the Blues. Well, a lovely chip into the middle there, and Hellish comes to clear it out with a long shot. Interestingly, if he'd have hit that, then he would have got that into the far goal, but he mistimed it, the blue player didn't, and it's 2-1 to the Blues. Once again, the orange team complaining about lag. And it's going to be Hellish having to push hard here to actually get some goals in for the orange team. If his teammates are both having lag, then... Oh, and that's a bad knock there by the orange player. It did put it towards the goal. Hellish comes forward and covers the cross. Lots of midfield battles going on here as the ball comes round in front of goal. Can this get put? Well, I don't know if Hellish is going to get a touch. This he does. It's not quite on target. It wasn't too far off. A little bit of a rush to get to it as the ball is pinched up the side of the arena. Oh, and it goes over the top of Hellish's head there. He tries to get in the way. A brilliant save by Hellish. Just getting in the way, lets it go over the top of his head. That's not going to come to anything. The chip back into the middle nearly does, and an attempt on goal by a member of the blue team. Hellish, just recovering after making that save, could only really go back into position and watch. Now, if the orange team member does get a good touch on this, Hellish will be there on the back post, but a lovely interception by the blue team on the goal and on the goal line. Hellish comes round. Can he get back to save this? He can't. Rushing back to try and get there for the initial save, which wasn't needed as the ball was deflected away by a different member of the orange team. A lovely follow-up by the Blues puts them 3-1 ahead. Well, with 1:29 on the clock and everything that's going on here in this match, it's interesting to see what might happen. Oh my goodness! Could this be the saviour for the orange team? Look at this. A lovely burn straight in there, and it ricochets off all of them and straight over the top of the blue goalie. Well, that may have put them back in the running for this game. 1:27 on the clock, and in they go for the next kickoff. Hellish letting them go for it. Oh, and it nearly happens again. Coming off the post of the blue goal there. Ball is now high and right near the orange goal. Both of... Oh, and it's coming back again. It's coming back again towards the goal. Ricocheting off everybody. That was a save there by the orange team. Hellish with a nice little touch up forward. I think he was hoping to get a much clearer shot than that, but it was intercepted by the blue team. And that's a long shot there that was nearly then put back in by a member of the orange team. That's going up into the far corner, and Hellish just jumps to cover it. Ball once again dropping into this midfield, but the Oranges need to push forward at this point here, and on this is not good for the Oranges. That's hit against the wall. The follow-up is there, and Misrogs gets the chip at the back of the goal. Hellish jumping backwards to try and do something about that, but it wasn't enough. He couldn't get back in time, and it is 4-2. Well, if we thought the orange team had a chance after that kickoff, we certainly don't seem to have one now. Again, all three of the Blues pushing hard on the ball, as at times it seems the Oranges bobble around. Again, chipped over the top of Hellish. The other two are in goal, but do actually clear it. They managed to clear the ball. Fantastic hit off the wall. It's above, and the follow-up again. These blue players are very well laid out here. You see a fantastic hit off the wall, and just sitting there, waiting for the cross to come in and knock it into the goal. Fantastic teamwork by the Blues, and I think that's one of the main things that have carried them through this game is their teamwork. We don't know exactly how much issues the orange players are having in this game, but it's a little unfortunate that that is a possible thing that stops full gameplay. But we will never know how bad the connection was for the Oranges. But then, despite of that, the blue players played immensely well and deserved the win well and truly there. Congratulations, blue team. And there's a ranked player on there as well. I hope you enjoyed that first ranked game. Hopefully we'll be able to have better ones than that. But yeah, interesting. On to the next one.